Welcome back to the AO Daily Show. Now on a take two. Yeah, we had a little bit of a technical difficulty there. I don't know exactly where the stream dropped, but as a compensation, we are going to give away a premium code or two to one of you lucky viewers in chat. In order to qualify for that, we need you to do something in chat. Robin, what should they do in chat? What would be a simple task that they could perform in chat that you think would help get us some insider information on the minds of our viewers?
Whoever
the
can
first
fix
item that they have on their desk in front of them.
Oh, yes. The first thing that
And
you see on your desk.
Can't be computer peripherals, like no mouse, no keyboard. What do you got on your desk?
Okay, we see beer, rum drink, the internet bill.
No, I think that's more aimed at Bogle.
Oh, that's at Bogle.
That has to pay the internet bill.
Yes. Coffee, lotion.
Nay, behave.
Oh.
Yay, potato.
Energy drink, toilet paper.
There's a combination there.
Empty table? Empty table? No, food thing. What do you put food on?
Okay, we got an egg, a Twix, a top. What is a toth?
Tough? Not sure.
Tissue paper, lotion, water bottle. Okay.
Plate. That's what I was looking for, not table. Jesus.
A Rubik's Cube. That's a good one. Okay, that's a good one. I am wondering, I'm going to be honest. I do have toilet paper on my desk too because my glasses get really, really greasy. So I know that there's more than one reason for that, guys. Some of them are completely legitimate, right? Not that there's any illegitimate reason, guys. You do what you do with your computer.
Well, let's get Bogle to press his magic button here. Let's do it twice.
Yeah,
and see who's won.
I think we have enough people back that seem to be chatting. That's okay.
Yeah.
As a heads up, if this happens again, we're gone. We're gone, right? So if the internet disconnection persists, then we'll just call it. But we'll try one more time. I don't know what's happening. My router does to go to ISP says bye thing where you get a bunch of lights blinking and you're like, oh shit. Anyway, choose a winner one. 19.9 Methan. You tell me what item he has on his desk.
Okay.
See if I can find him in the list here.
It's drops. He has drops. I don't know if that counts, guys.
No.
What's this guy's name? Who won?
That does.
Medhan.
99 Medahen. I'll give this guy until the next guy claims their prize to see if we redraw again. But Bogle, pull another one for the next guy because that's not going to do it. That's not going to count. That's not going to do it. No.
That is not.
Cat's Canadian loaf. Cat's Canadian loaf. Wolf will claim the prize.
What's a Canadian loaf? Is that something?
Any Canadian that hangs out on the computer.
It's a loaf of bread that also
any of them.
Just apologizes all the time.
It just sits there on the and just loafs like my cat loafs,
But they do have a rum drink on their desk, so
yeah, they did answer the question.
Correct.
I don't know if you that cat's in a box and it's a loaf box, but you can't really see it. I don't have the other camera set up.
Correct. Yep. Well, since Cat's won, you can reroll the first winner.
Yeah, the other guy has not responded. He's not even here. Like they're a bot or something.
Ooh. Ivan
Llama? Ivan Lima. I was really excited for a second there. If we had Ivan Llama, I was gonna be like, this guy wins without having to say anything. It just works for me.
He just asked, "How can we get premium here?" Question mark.
Oh, well, that's how.
Well, there you
but
go.
The answer is you have to tell us what's on your desk. We did say that you had to do that in order to win. You have to listen to what we're saying now. Words have to go into your ear hole, and then you have to type out words in the chat hole.
Indeed, indeed. Well, while Ivan figures out how to do such things, we should jump into the news because we are, very much behind here.
We're behind. We didn't get to finish our basic chat this morning. Internet bad. All right. So we have a patch that just came out, Robin, with some pretty big things in it. Some meta changing things. I think we can get to the depths on this, like go through that. Not the depths, the mist changes that people are really excited about. We can go over the changes to mounting and how that's affected, and then we'll go over the healing and how that's affected. I think those are the three big things that we have to go over.
Alrighty. Well, let's jump right into it then. Mist changes. There's been an adjustment. I've royally screwed it up from the get-go. Let's try that again. Mist changes. Adjusted mist instant management to focus more players into each instance. And unenchanted lethal mists are now less likely to have an entrance in Persilion, but more likely to have an unstable road exits. And then also to couple onto that with the Nightfall Abbey, which can only be found within the mists, chests in Nightfall Abbey now grant the first openers party 1 stack of Knightly Grace. And also the Blessing of Valor now adds immunity to force movement. So overall, from what we've been seeing, what I've been seeing reaction-wise, the mists are alive once again. There is a lot of content being found in there for the end game 1v1 enjoyers, for the content creators as well. It's very, very easy, pretty much near instant to find a fight now inside the mist, where before players were walking around for 10-15 minutes without finding a single person.
Very quiet in there.
It was very quiet, and now it is an absolute bloodbath unfolding. And then on top of that, we also had
for the mounting in the mist. This is like, I want to go on to this. The mounting in the mist was a big issue. You'd have third partying in the mist where somebody would come in on their mount and get forcibly dismounted, and then have all of their skills ready to go on top of 2 people who were fighting by using the AoE spells that they were using against each other. Now, in the mist, it is like, in the mist, it is very common that players who see 2 players fighting try to get close to them and hope to get dismounted by AoEs during their fight. This way, the third party would have all the cooldowns ready and could hope to steal the kill or get both the players that were low. To make this strategy less effective, we now apply a 10-second damage and CC debuff to players that get forcibly demounted while other players are fighting, using the same detection logic as the long forced hostile dismount cooldown, which is 15 seconds. The short on this: forced dismount in the mist, dismounted by damage with the same conditions as the 15-second hostile dismount. If a player gets forcibly dismounted, they get a 50% damage and CC strength reduction for 10 seconds. This should help that situation immensely. Also with mounting, Robin, in large-scale fights, which you participate in.
Yes, in large-scale fights, running into enemies on mounts had become a common strategy, as forced dismounts granted players cleanse and CC immunity, making them hard to punish. To address this, players with Disarray active will no longer receive that immunity when dismounted by damage. Solo players and small groups without Disarray will still retain the immunity, helping them escape crowd control chains. TLDR, forced dismount dismounted by damage no longer grants cleanse and crowd control immunity when Disarray is active. So yeah, some massive changes coming in with patch 4 on both the Mist side and the ZVZ side as well with this change. it's obviously not going to fix everything. Like
Not
we mentioned
everything.
during the war
Yeah.
reports, we saw it in action twice in 2 different fights where riding in and then manually dismounting still works. That is hopefully a story for another day. But yeah, one step at a time and all that.
Mhm.
So
And I mean, and another step with mounts, honestly, is the changes that are made to the oxes. Now, this is something we haven't brought up much. We just discussed it very briefly. I think last week just touched on it. That low tier oxen are very hard to kill and often used in various scouting purposes. Right? We are decreasing the speed, the resistance, and hit points on lower tiers to enable a much easier time of chasing and killing oxen. To make up for it, we are increasing the value of high-tier oxen that currently have no real use case. The
yeah,
ox is becoming a transport mount that heavily relies on the protection of others to safely move through dangerous areas. And we see changes across the board for oxes to make them more in line with the above statements. If you want to see what those percentages are and how your oxes will change, go ahead and take a look. But I'll just tell you the Journeyman's ox, the tier 4, the standard.
tier 3.
I'm sorry, tier 3, yes. Adept is tier 4. Is going from the base speed of 50 to 35%, which is very slow. And the crowd control resistances have been cut in half. Its resistances have been cut in half, and it has 600 less hit points, cut by about a third. So it's no longer near as tanky as it was. Very similar situation for the Adept's Transport Ox. You do see some pretty big buffs towards the end, though. If you get all the way to the Elders, its speed has gone to 60%. Its gallop speed is now 110%, and its carry weight has gone up massively from 2225 to 3200 kilograms. That's a lot. Crowd control resistance still down. Resistance is still down, and HP still down quite a bit as well. But these are supposed to be for transport. It's not supposed to be a tank that you use to, scout or bully people off of points in faction warfare. It's not supposed to be one of those things. It's supposed to be it carries your farm goods to the market. That's it, Just because you have a fancy basket on your ox doesn't mean that it's gonna survive a ZVZ.
Indeed. Hopefully, the changes, especially to the Journeyman's Transport Ox here, scouts will be a lot easier to kill. Before they were very hard to kill, even with like 2, sometimes 3 players all targeting it at once. So we'll see how this change, affects that front. Hopefully, as a positive change, because scouting is very much an issue across multiple pieces of content. And this is, again, first steps of many, hopefully, on the scouting front as well. But yeah, that's like some of the big changes there. I want to go back to the patch 4 notes themselves, though, because there was another thing that we haven't really mentioned yet as well, which was added in here. It wasn't in the staging server patch notes, and that's in other changes. Season winner mount skins are now delivered once to each qualifying account rather than to each qualifying character. This has finally been addressed after a very, very long time. Players were basically using all their characters into one guild, paying about 10 billion silver for that convenience, and that convenience then gifted them every single skin, from base all the way up to the Pikachu skin, where you're technically meant to win 3 different seasons with that character. But that wasn't the case. That was getting abused quite heavily, so that now has changed.
Good to see. Good to see. I mean, it's taken a long time to get changed, but I'm glad to see that it has been changed, and we will see the effects of that going forward. We'll probably see less of those very special mounts being created every season, which is good.
Indeed, yes.
And
there's also one thing in here
yeah.
for little old Bogo.
I was about to say, wait, you're mentioning the best change in this patch? The decrease of the buy order amount from 9999 to 9990 on the
Bogo has done a thing.
No, I don't know, but like, have you ever made a buy order on the market and you're like, I'm gonna buy everything I can, and then you did, and then you had 10 stacks and then 9 pieces left over?
Nope.
No?
Never been in that situation.
Never had to buy, 10 stacks of wood, but
Nope.
then you bought 10 and you had 9 left over?
Not me, Bogle.
Not a resource guy, are you?
I'm a gatherer guy. I sell my goods, not buy my goods.
Right, I guess you don't gather.
Bogle, you will be happy though, because when this change came in yesterday, I did receive 1 or 2 pings on this change and saying this was a very good change, and they were all econ players and big boy movers of goods. So
it's a massive quality of life thing for people who deal in large trading amounts, who need to set up buy orders a lot. These because if you buy stuff, I said you get 9 extra. That 9 extra is another inventory management routine where you have it consumes a slot in your inventory and you have to move it around, and that's overall just annoying. And if you can just slide that big boy to the right side and you get 10 stacks exactly, because 10 times 999 is not 99999, but that's,
I get it.
Exactly.
It's a little bonus to the people who have to deal with it, and I think it's nice. It's a nice quality of life thing that will impact very few people. It's like one of those Baldur's Gate 3 endings that impacts 0.3% of the population. Love to see it. Love to see it.
I will disagree, but sure.
Okay, Bogle, I understand your feeling towards bears now. Okay. Wait,
what?
Let's move on. Robin got
it. Number one though for the econ players here as well, which we did see pop up quite a bit during the daily shows over the last couple of weeks. Fixed issue where in-game mails relating to the Antiquarian's Den marketplace would not specify the den city. Again, for traders and stuff, knowing where your goods have been sold is nice to know. That has been fixed. So there's a handful of other fixes and stuff in here as well. One thing that caught my attention that I have no idea about is the final bullet point. Bogo may have an understanding of what this could be. You have no idea? I have no idea. I didn't even know that you could salvage items for gold.
I don't think that's...
Wait, what?
So it says fixed issue where salvaging items for gold would not count item stacks correctly. Now, I think this must be a mistake. And I think it should be silver, but even then I haven't heard of that bug. But like when this came out, I messaged the guy who was making the patch note, and he's like, he looked at me and was like, I don't know. I'll bring that up now somewhere. Be right back.
Yeah. I saw that and I had no idea. Who knows? There could be, some very ancient item or something that's tucked away somewhere.
My entire account.
Oh, maybe. Maybe firework is. Can you salvage fireworks for gold? Chat.
I don't know.
Chat, a lot of those.
No.
One player says no.
Can you salvage guild banners for gold?
Guild banners?
Like the flags you can put on your island?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Because if somebody had stacks of these lying around, bought for 200 gold like 7 years ago, he 4x'd it, and salvaging is worth it. Jesus. Let me investigate 1 second.
Bogle's on the hunt. But yeah, we'll see if we can figure out what that actually means, or it just could be a typo. Like Bogo said, it could mean silver instead of gold. Who knows? But yeah, it'll be interesting. That was a little one that just threw me off a little bit when I was reading patch notes.
I'm thrown off now that we've talked about it. Quick, delete the VOD.
Well, it's been fixed, so we'll see what that is. But yeah, patch 4 in and of itself, obviously, crystal offhands come on Monday as well. When the season officially comes to an end and the artifacts are added into the game. So we'll get to be using the new crystal offhands, which is the shield, torch, and tome, as they will be added in, and you can craft them and use them as you wish. And then that should be the final crystal weapon edition.
Yeah,
that's it. It's done.
That's it. What do you think's next, Robin?
To be honest, I don't think anything. Maybe they turn their attention to the final mage.
Yeah, mage line.
Mage line, because
mage
that's
line.
Still missing.
It's time for the mage line,
right?
Yes.
So could be something.
I hope that's what it is. Honestly, we've been talking about it for a very long time that we hope to see something. But the last line that was brought in was not brought in as a reward. It was brought in as a entirely new gameplay mechanic, right?
Yep.
Shapeshift is a completely new mechanic. And war gloves, like the gloves in general, all the gloves, they came in as a standard item. Now, I know they need to give something as a reward for the season. I'd rather see them cycle back through and just give random pieces through the crystals. Next season when we have to give out something, but it's not going to be something new. I would like it to just be a smattering of the different crystal pieces.
That's the way it's going to be. That's the way it has to be, because that's the season chests are the only way for the crystal artifacts to be added into the game. Obviously, the weapons that get used in ZVZs and PvP, the trash rate keeps the price up, and that means that the season rewards should, be steady enough to keep a okay-ish price tag. I'm not going to get into the topic of high-end ranking guilds and their season reward chests, because trust me, the devs know.
But I think it's more like, I would like to see another way for this other line to come in, is what I'm saying. I would like to see it attached to something else. I don't want to see it as a season reward, because I think that it needs to be something that is more accessible to all the players, and seeing something like that gated, the new line, I'd hate to see. And I'd love to see it be something that feels very magical, though. Like the tracking feels very naturey, right?
Yeah.
By all accounts. I'd like to see a POI that feels very magical.
Yeah. I mean, magical naval warfare could be something.
Oh my God.
Got him.
No.
Got him. He nearly fell off his chair there, ladies and gentlemen. He's gone. He has left the building. I win once again. Very good. Very nice. Very good. Very nice. But yeah, I mean, on the introduction of a brand new weapon line, it's going to be interesting to see what they do, if they do it. There's a lot of other things, that will most likely come before that, because Balance Team, they've had to make all these new crystal weapons throughout the last year or so.
Not easy.
Stats, weapon abilities, making them unique, balancing them, making them worthwhile, that people want to buy them and use them, and that knocks onto everything else. So the poor guys there trying to figure out what the hell can they do to make some of these weapons unique and powerful is it's a tough task. And hey, mental reset and all that. Give them some time.
Give them some time. Yeah, give them a break before they have to come up with absolutely new things again. Maybe just some time to reevaluate certain things that already exist. might be a nice thing to do. Maybe the next set of things that get addressed are not weapons that are new, but weapons that currently exist that maybe get a rework. Because we've talked about some of the weapons that get very little play. And it might be nice to see them get, like, not necessarily completely redone, but a nice change to the way
we
they
also have
exist.
with faction warfare the question of faction mounts being up to date.
True.
Yep, I would like to see that. We talked about it last week.
Yeah, there's only 2 faction mounts that really ever get used, and that's actually, not even used in faction warfare themselves, but they're used to transport because they're good transport mounts. That's the elite bear, the elite winter bear, and the elite dire boar from Limhurst as well. Their actual use cases, what they're meant to be used for in faction warfare combat, are not used that way. So yeah,
No.
hopefully all the mounts get a bit of love in and a rework on that front as well. And I would go out on a limb and say it's probably a given that the reward structure of faction warfare gets a rework when we get that content update coming real soon. We are, coming into the end of this season, 2-week off season, start of season 29, and then the content update will arrive between the end of season 29 and the start of season 30. So we're slowly edging into that phase now where we will start getting dedicated dev talks on the topic of itself and what's coming, what's changing, and of course rewards I expect to be talked about as well. So
yeah, we've got a lot that, this week might be quiet, Robin, a little bit quiet. We just had a patch update, and there's a lot of people on vacation still. It's been a very warm summer, and a lot of people are enjoying their time off. But, when next season starts, a lot of the vacations are over, right? Like, a lot of it's done. A lot of people are returning to the office or been back for a little bit. I think we'll start to get a lot of that update as what's going on with the next update. That's when we're going to start to hear our kind of that churning of what's going on. We're going to have only 2 months, Robin, 2 months until the update. So we're going to be getting a lot of information on that very, very quickly. I imagine we're going to get a lot of marketing push on that. We're going to see devs quite frequently. In October, we're going to have a play along with a member of the team. I'm looking forward to that. I'm not going to announce who or anything yet, but let's just say they're very good at the game. So it narrows it down some. Probably not who you think it is, Rob. Probably not who you think it is. But we're going to have something that's going to be fun, and hopefully that will be the start of more. We'd like to have more people on and do more with the guys at Sandbox and play more games with them. It's a lot of fun.
I can't wait for that developer to come on and play with you in Bogle. I'm guessing it's going to be in the depths because that dev really knows how to play the game, and I can see that dev getting frustrated with you two very quickly.
Oh, this is not the one we played with last. So last time we played
I know.
With Lucrative, and he's a very calm, rational, easy to get along with kind of guy. He's gonna see 2 people who are not as good as them.
I have to hit my skill shots. Damn,
absolutely fine. He'll just be like, win some, lose some.
This one, not so much. Good luck. Have fun. I'm looking forward to that one quite a bit now.
Not at all. It's like it's gonna be like playing with Lupac.
Yes, but worse.
Yes, like German Lupac.
But topic that I'm seeing pop up quite a bit in chat as well, especially Potato spamming it. Address the rising cost of silver to gold. I recall 7.9 to now 10.8k on the NA server. It's happening across the board. It's kind of fizzled out. The rise on Albion Asia. It's kind of stifled at just over 13,000 on Albion Asia. That's still ridiculously high.
Wait, how much is it at?
13,000 on Albion Asia. But across the board, it is rising quite a bit.
11 here on the Americas right now. Wow.
And, for us here on the Twitch channel, we can't really comment on that. You know, it's down to the developers themselves to make statements on the topic,
I'll
because
comment about it.
it
It's not
is a
good.
very, you know, if played right, it's very lucrative. You know, saying the wrong thing can do some bad things to the gold market, and I don't want to put, you know, a bad foot forward. Like, I don't want to say the wrong thing on this topic, because it is, one, very touchy because it's linked in with the premium price, right? Silver premium price. But again, I think there will be a statement made sooner rather than later on this topic officially by the devs, because it is rising across all 3 servers. It's crazy on Albion Asia. And it's definitely a hot topic nonetheless. But yeah, for us here, we are just we are just a streaming team, and that's it.
Tariffs, Robin. Tariffs. That's what we need.
Yeah. So let's start decaying the gold.
I felt bad when I activated my premium odds last month for 9,000 something on Americas. Now I'm looking at this going,
You made money.
Not bad, not bad. Good timing.
I mean, the problem is when this I made them 20 days or so ago, so they're gonna run out soon. And I mean, so, that's sort of my point is, I think we're in this cycle. Like, so there's various cycles in the gold market, right? You need to think about when and why people activate premium, and thus buy gold. And if people buy gold with silver, then it pushes the price up, right? And we just had a new update come out. We had that update for about 2 months now. We are about to end the season, and you can only get season rewards if your character has premium active. Tip, by the way, if you don't. So there would have been a few people who activated when the update came out, and there would have been a few people that then needed to refresh, and that would have been sort of running out. It's that cycle, 30-day cycle, and people would have probably bought it for the, end of season. And then if you're actually speculating on that market, you push that movement further, right? You amplify that natural trajectory because you have liquidity to sell into. Anyways.
There you go. Gold news from Bogle.
Yeah. We need that cash register noise, from Bogle.
Cha-ching, cha-ching.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
So on that note, guys, do we have anything that we want to go over real quick before we head out? We do have an interview at the end of the week. I mean,
yes, we should also highlight real quick that the issue with mobile devices, because I did see a couple players already talking about it in chat.
That's crazy.
Yes. So there has been an issue with mobile devices since yesterday when patch 4 went live. There is a statement here on the forums, and it does say, "Hey everyone, we've heard your feedback about the issues introduced with patch 4, where some players are unable to use abilities correctly. This problem affects the mobile version only. We are working on a new version to fix this issue, but as it's mobile only, will first need to be approved by the app stores. Unfortunately, this process can take up to 3 days. In the meantime, you can continue playing the PC version, which is unaffected by these issues. We apologize for the inconvenience and are working to resolve this as quickly as possible. We'll update you as soon as the fixed mobile versions become available. Thank you for your patience." And there was an update on this morning. At 8:30 UTC, the fix for Android is now available for download. You can get the update from the App Store, and the APK version is available via the link on the forum thread that Bogo was about to put in chat for you guys as well. So just the iOS versions are now impacted. Like it says here, verification processes that the App Store is that they do for patches and updates for apps can take up to 3 days for that to be processed. that's nothing on SBI's side. The fix is ready to rumble. It's been ready to, go since yesterday evening. It's just a verification. It's been ready to, go since yesterday evening. It's just a verification